Okay, so we'll come back to this later, and honestly, I'll probably pull that out more as I'm starting to think about it, because what we're also going to show um, is if I came in and drew some detail lines in the background, I'm going to be showing, all these lines that are going up the wall beyond to show the continuation of that separation joint. And I'm just going to copy these, right? Actually, whoops. Here, let me move this one from here to here, right? And then I can go ahead and copy this one from here to, and I'll say multiple, to here, to here, right? And then I'll say there's another one here, and maybe there's one here. And this is not going to have to be perfect, people, but basically what we're trying to show is how this whole separation joint is going to continue all the way up this wall to some point, right? And actually what I might do is just say, I'll pull this down a little and say, building separation joint, see detail, and then I'll probably put another arrow and point to some of this stuff too, right? And we may tweak this a little later, but mostly we're going to refer them to the actual detail that shows this thing. Because what's also going to have to happen is what? There's going to be a separation between basically the foundation here, right, and here to some degree. And we're going to have to get that part right too. And so right now I'm just kind of putting this stuff in as a placeholder. We're going to go through the slab there, and so we're probably going to mask out this area here. So I'll probably come in here and do a region and say do a masking region and mask between maybe like here, whoops, let's try that again, between here and like maybe there. And see, now that we can actually see the separation here, and we're going to have to show, we may come down here and show where the footing is going to be different under here, but that masking region, we don't have to split the slab is what I'm saying. That masking region just takes out the concrete, and we're going to figure out how we detail this area. It's not that the slab completely goes away, but we've got to have, again, that separation joint in there. So you can clean that area up before we move on. So what I mean by moving on is today we know our separation joint is there, and we've started to lay out this lower space, this lower area down here. So we're moving along fairly well. Hopefully you got yourself caught up to at least this point right now. So what we can do now, let's move up to the first floor. Let's go up there and start working on parts of the first floor. Okay, so on the first floor, we've got, oops, that's the ceiling plan. Hold on just a minute. Let's do the actual first floor. Okay, so we've got a lot of our space, our actual space laid out in here. And these are all offices. And then we also have this lab space kind of in the middle on each floor. Each floor is going to have a lab space similar to the one downstairs for specifics, for specific kinds of study. So just like down here on the ground floor, I've got my curtain wall storefront. I can go to the first floor and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to hover, tab, and click. And I've got that whole space in there. And what I'm going to do now is change that from the partition wall to what? To the storefront, right? So we've got some changes in our dimensions, of course. And if I came in here and I looked at this camera, if I looked at this and I looked at a view from that area, what I can see now is, if I go shade mode, is that I've got this, what? I've got the storefront going all the way up through where? All the way through the deck. And what am I seeing in there? There's my ceiling space. So hopefully what I'm going to be able to do is put a door in here. well, not hopefully, I'm going to put a door in here, but I've got to look at some of the things going on right now. If you remember on the first floor, I'm sorry, on the ground floor, right? On the ground floor, I have a 3D view, right? And I think it's this one. And what did we do? We brought this down to what height? Right? What's happening here? We've got our storefront down below our joist. So it stands to reason we're going to have to do the same on the first floor. So let's look at a section that might help us do that. If I go here to this section, right click and say go to view, that's section 4. Remember this? We had to fix this the other day, right? So if we remember, we had to bring, whoops, let's look at the whole wall assembly. We can see that we're saying we're going from ground up to first floor, but we're coming down 2 feet 3.5 inches. Let's see if that works up here. All right, let's see if we get that to work. If I hover here and I tab, or you know what I want to do? Let me close a couple of views out so we can see something. Let's close this one, let's close this one, and that one for right now. And then I'll WT, that tiles my windows so I can see what I'm doing here. Right? So I come here, and if I come in here, hover, tab, and click, you see how it selects the whole wall in this view? And now I can go in here and I can say I want it to go up to the second floor, yes, but I want that top offset to be what? I want it to be -2 space 3.5. And let's see what happens when I do that. Look at that. That's really nice. That comes right down below my joist. And what's even nicer is if I come in here right now, right? Let's see if I can do something. Now, you know, I don't know if I want to do this exactly this way yet. Let me think this through for a minute. Let's look at our lower level. Where's our ceiling at? Does anybody remember? Let's go to wireframe for a second. And if I go to wireframe, there's my ceiling in that room. My ceiling's at 8 foot. Here my ceiling is at what? It's at 9 foot. So what if I bring it down to 8 foot in the hallway? All right. So now there's my ceiling, right? And naturally that ceiling would terminate. It wouldn't go straight through like that. So we may have to do some adjusting, right? So let's go to our ceiling plan on the first floor. And let's look at what we've got going on here. So if I see how I've got that ceiling there, and then I've got this other ceiling through here. Let me see if I can get this going. This is where it can get challenging to grab certain things, and I can't exactly, it's really hard to see. Let me pause this for a minute. Okay, so what I decided to do that will work pretty well is if I select all of this and then I go to the filter and I say check none, and then I click on ceilings and say okay, there's my ceiling within my space. And so I can select this ceiling and I can see that I'm going to have to edit the boundary. And when I edit the boundary, I want to bring it on the inside of the mullion. So I'm just going to go in here and say align to here, this, right? And I think I'm align to here, that. I'm going to say align to here, this one. And then down here, I'm going to say align to here, that one, right? And then I'm going to finish that. And then when I go back and I look at that 3D view on the second floor I created, now that looks a little different, right? Other than I got to bring this down from 9 feet down to 8 feet, right? And that looks like that makes a little more sense. Now, the other thing I'm going to have to adjust, if you remember in that section 4, I'm going to have to adjust the location of these the height of these mullions a little bit, so that works a little better. But we'll go ahead and worry about that in our next video. Okay.